Hello everyone, I hope you are having an exceptional day so far, and today we are talking about the importance of conversation for your young child. Now I am sure you are aware of this, but your child starts perceiving from the womb already, and this is why it's important to even speak to your unborn baby, because they are learning every second of every day. Okay. So I went onto Google Scholar and I did a little bit of research, and I found some interesting information about how conversation influences your child. So first of all, it is very important to recognize the fact that your child does not grow up in isolation. If they do, please don't do that to your child. If I need to contact the authorities, I will do so. But your child lives a very complex life, where they are exposed to their parents, their siblings, other family members. Many children these days, or actually most children these days, go to some form of daycare or child care during the day, a preschool or anything like that. And many children also have au pairs or nannies that look after them during the day. So now the question is, how do these components influence your child? Right? Since the 60s onwards, many children have been placed in daycare as their mommies strive to establish and maintain a career for themselves. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm not here to tell you that you are not allowed to have a career, please. However, this did create a clear shift from the amount of influence in time that a parent has towards how much influence a daycare or childcare facility has during the day. Children now spend most of their time at the daycare or the preschool with a teacher and peers instead of at home with their own mother. Now, is this a good or a bad thing? It can absolutely go both ways. So studies have found that at a preschool, your child would be more likely 3 to 1 times to interact with a peer or another child than an adult or a teacher. They also found that teachers are less authoritarian than mom is at home, and they would probably be more likely to mediate or help with issues. However, the main thing that they discovered was that the conversations had between your child and other children or the teacher are much less complex than the conversations you would have with your mom or your dad at home. Also, when your child is at home with you, the teaching that takes place is much more informal, and thus the child learns through play and it's less structured, and they are exposed to many life skills that they will probably not be exposed to at a preschool. The main thing is that should you teach your child at home, that your child has the opportunity to ask many more questions and have more complex conversations with you as their parent, because obviously it's one-on-one attention. There's no other kids in the surroundings, and they are having this conversation with an adult. As such, this situation leads to much more inductive teaching than deductive teaching, which would be present at a preschool. I will link the book where I got this information from in the post, so you can actually go onto the link. The book is there, and you can have a look at more of the detailed descriptions that they give about conversation and the differences between daycare and your child being taught at home. Now, I completely understand that the current lifestyles that we live, it's next to impossible to teach your children at home. All families these days require 2 parents to work to get a larger amount of income for living expenses, and that is absolutely understandable. However, what I do want to encourage you to do is to have proper, complex conversations with your children where you ask them why, and they need to explain to you why they think something works in a certain way. This will teach them to think. It will teach them to ask questions. Because let me tell you, if your child is not able to think for themselves or answer why questions, it will be extremely difficult for them later in life to argue a specific point or to even just form an opinion. It's super, super important for them to learn how to think and how to argue. And even if your child is in a preschool or in a daycare, it doesn't mean that you can't teach your child these important life skills, like arguing a point, understanding why, and logic. Have conversations with your children on a daily basis, even if it's in the car. If the only thing that you take from this video is how important conversation is, then I am happy. This will make such a big difference in your child's lives. Aside from everything else, it will help them to increase their vocabulary, sentence construction, many other linguistic skills are taught through conversation. Let's teach our children to think from a young age. It's becoming paramount. Remember, they are bombarded with social media left, right, and center, and it's becoming so important for them to be able to distinguish truth from lie. You don't want to bring up a child that is just a sheep following the herd. You want them to be asking questions and being aware of what's happening around them. You can thank me later. Okay? Have a fantastic day. I hope this video will help you, teach you something. Please comment below what you think. If you want some more information, we are more than willing to have a chat with you. And please follow us on social media. We have a YouTube channel, we have an Instagram page, as well as a Facebook page. Make sure that you follow all of these, and I'll see you again in the next video. Have a fantastic day. Bye.